welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to paint some interior walls and also the ceiling. We're not going to be painting the entire house, but we're going to be mostly focusing on the kitchen area, the dining room, and also the living room entry of the house, along with a good portion of the ceiling in those areas. The first thing that you're going to want to do is obviously make sure to clear out all of the walls. And since we're going to be painting all of the trim, we're also removing the blinds that are in the way. This is going to help us so we can have better access to all of the interior of the trim, especially since we're going to be sanding it down a little bit so the new paint will adhere better to the trim. If you can tell, it currently has like a little shiny gloss, like a finish to it, and that's why we're gonna have to sand it down a little bit, so that way we're gonna put the primer on it, and then after that we're gonna go ahead and paint it. Then everywhere else around the cabinets, around different things, we're gonna be putting some tape, but we're gonna be doing very minimal, like taping and things like that. Mostly we're gonna be covering like the floor and the furniture and certain areas around. And also one thing with this trim, you can check on yours, but in our case we didn't have any caulking on the existing trim or the baseboard. So that's one thing, you know, if you want to elevate the look and the finish of your paint job, we highly recommend to put some caulking, some fresh caulking around all of the baseboard and the trim around the doors and windows. We're using the 950A caulking from Sherwin-Williams. It's really easy to work with, and it's rated at like 55 years. So it's very good quality caulking to put around your baseboard and the trim. And it's very straightforward. You just apply it with a caulking gun, and then you can spread it out with your finger if you'd like. And then afterwards, we like to use a sponge that helps to clean everything and just give it a nice seal and clean look. Then over here, after we sanded down all of the surface to scuff up the trim, we're applying some like bonding primer directly onto the trim. And once that dries, we're gonna go ahead and start painting all of the trim and the baseboard and also the walls and the ceiling. Now for all this trim, we have a certain color already prepared, and so one color will be for all the trim and baseboard, and then we're going to have a separate color for the walls and the ceiling. We have these little tools which come in super handy. It's like this metal spatula, long spatula, and it's super nice because you can put it up against the edge where you don't want the overspray to go on, and that will help protect the area so you don't have to like tape everything, and you can just use that and move it along as you're applying the spray paint or the primer, like in our case. On the other side of the wall, we didn't mask it or anything because we're gonna be painting that anyways, and it's gonna be a similar white color. So even though we're using a different paint for the trim and another paint for the wall, it's all gonna be like a white, so it'll look pretty close. Either way, it's gonna be super nice. So over here, you know, we just have a cutting in all the edges along the trim where it meets with the window, and painting all of the surface. And we just give it like a final dry run, so the paint will be nice and like sealed and super just even all across. After we're doing that, at the same time we're also painting the ceiling and the walls. We're gonna just apply it with a roller. The way how you want to do this, like very quick and efficient, is you use the roller everywhere first, and then at the end you can go ahead and just cut in all the edges. That's how we found, you know, is the most efficient and fastest way to get this job done. We were able to paint this ceiling you know, super quick and efficiently. Got it all painted like early afternoon, And on the ceiling, you only need to apply it one coat, but on the walls, since we're going from like a light gray color to a white, we're gonna paint it twice. So this is the first coat that we're putting on it. You can tell it's already making a huge change. The reason why the client decided to do this is because the walls, in that area, they're not super tall. By painting the area white, it kind of helps to make the space feel a lot more open and more roomy. And they actually had some walls removed from the dining living room area to open up that space, and they had another wall put in to close up the kitchen. And so somebody else had already done that work, and they went ahead and put texture and drywall and all that kind of stuff. Then we came in here just to paint everything and give it a nice finished look all around. So once we painted all the ceiling and cut that in, now we're working on the walls, cutting in around all of the fireplace, a trim. Then after that, you can hit it with the roller. And this space right here, it's not, like I said, it's not the entire house, but we were able to get most of it done within the same day. And actually, one of my guys, he had to leave early around 3 o'clock, so we weren't able to fully get it done. But if he was able to stay a little bit longer, let's say until 6, so another 3 hours, we could have easily got all of this project done within the same day. And that includes painting the ceiling white, painting the walls with 2 coats, and then also the trim, prepping the trim, putting the sanding it down, applying the primer, and then putting a couple coats of the white paint for all around the trim. Then afterwards, all that furniture that you see, the bookshelves and there was couches and all kinds of stuff. We're just gonna put that back in the area, and that way the client can enjoy their brand new fresh space. That's something that we had to do. Sometimes that's the case especially when the house or the apartment is still somebody's dwelling in there. If not, it works out even better if there's nobody in there, because then we can just get going to focusing on the paint, and we don't have to worry about taking anything down, curtains or furniture or mirrors or wall decor, things like that. But it's totally fine. You just kind of have to keep that in mind and prep around those things. But all in all, this project turned out super great, very professional, and some amazing results, going from that light gray color to this beautiful white. This right here is after the first coat, so we're still gonna apply a second coat to mostly all the walls, and after we do that, this project will be fully complete. So we really hope you like this video. Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and activate the notification bell, so that way you won't miss out on any videos that we're going to be uploading every single week. In the description below, I'm going to be leaving several links with tools and materials that we recommend for doing this kind of a project. Thanks for watching. May God bless you, and I'll see you on the next video.